President Trump closely followed wherever he goes by a military aide with the nuclear codes. That's what worries some senators.
The President of the United States is so unstable, is so volatile, he might order a nuclear weapons strike that is wildly out of step with U.S. national security interests.
But ever since Harry Truman was president, after Hiroshima and Nagasaki, if a president wants to launch an attack, no one can stop him. Not his defense secretary, not Congress, not the military officers who would fire the missiles.
The president has the sole authority to give that order, whether we are responding to a nuclear attack or not. Once that order is given and verified, there is no way to revoke it.
It's a growing concern because of President Trump's threats against Kim Jong-un.
They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
And fears both sides could miscalculate, with North Korean missiles able to reach the U.S. mainland in 30 to 40 minutes.
I worry about, frankly, the access to nuclear codes.
At issue, should the president have to consult Congress before launching a preemptive strike? And could changing the law send mixed signals to adversaries?
These decisions have to be made in moments, and it is not going to be made by courts or by lawyers or by Congress. It's going to be made by the commander-in-chief.
The consensus tonight, no change no matter who is president. Andrea Mitchell, NBC News, Washington.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.